Hello again, and thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. I noticed there's some new news about OpenAI and new tools for building agents. And I will be walking through some of the information on this page to take a look at these new features. Also, I made a flowchart that I'll go over briefly to talk about the new features. And I'm logged into the playground. You have to have a credit card to enter into their system, and so I'll walk through these options that are available in the playground under the assistance area. Also, I pulled up the GitHub page. They had a link in the web page and it was broken, so I just went in here and typed in CUA and it was able to pull up this OpenAI CUA sample app. So I think they have to fix their link, but you can find that here, and it goes into the computer using agent sample application. And if you're interested in learning more about that, they do have a PDF file here that goes into how they evaluated their computer using agent, including their browser VM environments, prompt sampling, parameters, and scoring procedures. So there's a lot of information there, but let's go back to my flowchart here. The new features that they're talking about: OpenAI is launching a new set of APIs and tools specifically designed to simplify the development of agentic applications. Well, what is an agentic application? So I put a definition here. An agentic application is an AI-powered system that can perform tasks and make decisions without human intervention. Agentic applications can use tools, reason through multiple steps, and adapt to changing circumstances. And I made a little icon here. Hey, robots, do my work for me. That sounds great. They can do more work and I can do less, to have time to go do more fun things. Sounds good to me. So right at the center of this is the OpenAI Agent Toolkit. And they mention in their article that it's been built upon new model capabilities such as advanced reasoning, multimodal interactions, and new safety techniques. Also, they do have the GitHub code, as I mentioned, and I will include a link in the description. But if we look at the new features here, there's the API, the responses API, that is the chat completions API, and the tool use of the assistance API to build your agents. And some built-in tools: the web search, file search, and computer use. Agents SDK, that's to orchestrate single agent and multi-agent workflows, and observability to trace and inspect the agent workflow execution. OpenAI says these new tools streamline the core agent logic, orchestration, and interactions, making it significantly easier for developers to get started with building agents. They said they took in a lot of feedback and they've been making a lot of improvements. Over the coming weeks and months, they plan to release additional tools and capabilities to further simplify and accelerate building agentic applications on their platform. So that's a high level of these new features. And now I'm going to go ahead and go into their article and just kind of scroll through some of the things they're talking about here for new tools for building agents. They have some screenshots. And they go on to say here they're releasing their first set of building blocks that will help developers and enterprises build useful and reliable agents. They view agents as systems that independently accomplish tasks on behalf of users. And all these new things have laid the foundation for their models to handle the complex, multi-step tasks that are required to build agents. And as I mentioned, they said customers have shared that turning these capabilities into production-ready agents can be challenging, often requiring extensive prompt iteration and custom orchestration logic without sufficient visibility or built-in support. As I showed on my flowchart, these are the main 4 areas that they're talking about, and that these new tools streamline core agent logic, orchestration, and interaction make it easier for developers to get started. And then they go into talking about each of the areas. The responses API, it is their primitive API primitive for leveraging OpenAI's built-in tools to build agents. It combines the simplicity of chat completions with the tool use capabilities of the Assistance API. As model capabilities continue to evolve, we believe the Responses API will provide a more flexible foundation for developers to build agentic applications. With a single Responses API call, developers will be able to solve increasingly complex tasks using multiple tools and model turns. The Responses API is designed for developers who want to easily combine OpenAI models with built-in tools into their applications without the complexity of integrating multiple APIs or external vendors. The API also makes it easier to store data on OpenAI so developers can evaluate agent performance using features such as tracing and evaluations. As a reminder, we do not train our models on business data by default, even when the data is stored on OpenAI. The tokens and tools are billed at standard rates specified on their pricing page, which I can go there just for a moment. They have a lot of information here about the pricing models. So if you're interested, you can pop over here and look at the prices. So what does this mean for existing APIs? Chat completions remains their most widely adopted API, and they're fully committed to supporting it with new models and capabilities. Developers who don't require built-in tools can confidently continue using the chat completions. They'll keep releasing new models to chat completions whenever their capabilities don't depend on built-in tools or multiple model calls. So let's take a look at the web search. Introducing built-in tools in the Responses API, web search. Developers can now get fast, up-to-date answers with clear and relevant citations from the web. In the Responses API, web search is available as a tool when using GPT-4o and GPT-4o Mini, and can be paired with other tools or function calls. Then they have a small JavaScript sample there where the model is specified, the tools, and the input. It captures the response and logs it out to the console. During early testing, they've seen developers build web search for a variety of cases, including shopping assistants, research agents, travel booking agents, any application that requires timely information from the web. And web search is the API that is powered by the same model used for ChatGPT search. And they have a simple QA accuracy between the different models. The web search tool is available to all developers in the preview Responses API. They're giving developers direct access to their fine-tuned search models in the chat completions API via the GPT-4o search preview and the GPT-4o mini search preview. Pricing starts at $30 and $40 per 1,000 queries for the GPT-4o search and GPT-4o mini search, respectively. And they talk about the playground, which, as I mentioned, I do have that open here, and we'll take a look at that after we go through a few other parts of this article. So file search, developers can now easily retrieve relevant information from large volumes of documents using the improved file search tool. With support for multiple file types, query optimization, metadata filtering, and custom re-ranking, it can deliver fast, accurate search results. And again, with the Responses API, it only takes a few lines of code to integrate. And here is some JavaScript code. Yeah, so it's 15 lines of code. One of them just outputting the information. The file search tool can be used for a variety of real-world cases, including enabling customer support agent to easily access FAQs, helping a legal assistant to quickly reference past cases for a qualified professional, and assisting a coding agent to query technical documentation. Then they go on to give this example. Navan uses file search in its AI-powered travel agent to quickly provide their users with precise answers from knowledge-based articles like their company's travel policy. With built-in query optimization and re-ranking, they're able to set up a powerful RAG, retrieval augmented generation pipeline, without extra tuning or configuration. With dedicated vector stores for each user group, Navan is able to tailor answers to individual account settings and user roles, saving time for customers and their staff while providing accurate, personalized support. The tool is available in the Responses API to all developers. Usage is priced at $2.50 per 1,000 queries, and file storage is 10 cents per gigabyte per day, with the first gigabyte free. Computer use. To build agents capable of completing tasks on a computer, developers can now use the computer use tool in the Responses API, powered by the same computer using agent CUA model that enables Operator. This research preview model set a new state-of-the-art record, achieving a 38.1 success on Oswald for full computer use tasks. The built-in computer use tool captures mouse and keyboard actions generated by the model, making it possible for developers to automate computer use tasks by directly translating these actions into executable commands within their environment. And here's some JavaScript code where it logs out the response. They go on to say here that developers can use the computer tool or computer use tool to automate browser-based workflows like performing quality assurance on web apps or executing data entry tasks across legacy systems. They give some examples here, and they said before launching CUA and Operator last year, they conducted extensive safety testing and red teaming, addressing 3 key areas of risk: misuse, model errors, and frontier risks. To address the risks associated with expanding Operator's capabilities to local operating systems through CUA in the API, they performed additional safety evaluations and red teaming. They also added migrations for developers, including safety checks to guard against prompt injections, confirmation prompts for sensitive tasks, tools to help developers isolate their environments, and enhance detection of potential policy violations. And starting today, the computer use tool is available as a research preview in the Responses API for select developers in usage tiers 3 through 5. Usage is priced at $3 for 1 million input tokens and $12 for 1 million output tokens. And of course, they have a lot more information in their documents, and they have a sample application. That is the application I mentioned. This link, at least for me, was broken, which you can see it in the bottom left there, OpenAI-CUA-Quick Start. If I try and go there, I get a page not found, which is why I pulled up this GitHub page and typed in CUA so I could find their application, and then you can just open that up, and that's right here. And then the Agents SDK. In addition to building the core logic of agents and giving them access to tools so they are useful, developers also need to orchestrate agentic workflows. Their new open source Agents SDK simplifies orchestrating multi-agent workflows and offers significant improvements over Swarm, an experimental SDK they released last year that was widely adopted by the developer community and successfully deployed by multiple customers. So they have multiple improvements. The agents, easily configurable LLMs with clear instructions and built-in tools, handoffs, intelligently transfer control between agents, guardrails, configurable safety checks and input and output validation, tracing and observability, visualize agent execution traces to debug and optimize performance. And they have some sample Python code here and a little video showing some results. The Agent SDK is suitable for various real-world applications, including customer support automation, multi-step research, content generation, code review, and sales prospecting. That's a lot of things. For instance, Coinbase used the Agents SDK to quickly prototype and deploy AgentKit, a toolkit enabling AI agents to interact seamlessly with crypto wallets and various on-chain activities. In just a few hours, Coinbase integrated custom actions from their developer platform SDK into a fully functional agent. They go on to say here, in a couple of days, Box was able to quickly create agents that leverage web search and the Agents SDK to enable enterprises to search, query, and extract insights from unstructured data stored within Box and public internet sources. And they go on to give some other examples here. So what's next? Building the platform for agents. They believe agents will become integral to the workforce, significantly enhancing productivity across industries as companies seek to leverage AI. We believe agents will soon become integral to the workforce, significantly enhancing productivity across industries as companies increasingly seek to leverage AI for complex tasks. They are committed to providing the building blocks that enable developers and enterprises to effectively create autonomous systems that deliver real-world impact. With today's release, we're introducing the first building blocks to empower developers and enterprises to more easily build, deploy, and scale reliable, high-performing AI agents. As model capabilities become more and more agentic, we'll continue investing in deeper integrations across their APIs and new tools to help deploy, evaluate, and optimize agents in production. Their goal is to give developers a seamless platform experience for building agents that can help with a variety of tasks across any industry. And if you want to read more, there's tons of information with their docs. So with that said, let's go to the assistance playground. Now they have different areas here: prompts, real time, which you can do some configuration of things, and then the assistants. So I gave my assistant a name called Mr. Roboto, and I said, you are a helpful assistant, knows how to make all kinds of delicious cookies. And if we scroll down, we can see here the models. So you can pick the different models. There's quite a few to choose from. And then file search. Here, the file search enables the assistant with knowledge from files that you or your users upload. Once a file is uploaded, the assistant automatically decides when to retrieve content based on user requests. And there's a lot more information about that, and you can configure some settings. The code interpreter. The code interpreter enables the assistant to write and run code. This tool can process files with diverse data and formatting and generate files such as graphs. And then functions. Functions or function calling lets you describe custom functions of your app or external APIs to the assistant. This allows the assistant to intelligently call those functions by outputting a JSON object containing relevant arguments. Then we can go down and do some model configuration, what you want the response format to be. The temperature controls randomness, lowering results in less random completions. As the temperature approaches 0, the model will become deterministic and repetitive. And the top P is another setting that you can configure. It controls diversity via nucleus sampling. 0.5 means half of all likelihood weighted options are considered. Then we have the API version, which to use this API version, pass a beta HTTP header, OpenAI-beta assistance v2. So there you have all the different options. And as a quick test, I just asked it how to make great tasting cookies that are easy to make as a very simple initial test. I will be doing a lot more testing of this platform and this playground, and it did respond with some answers here with ingredients and instructions for several different kinds of cookies. Well, I appreciate you stopping by to check out this video. It's very interesting, the types of things that are happening here in the AI space. things just seem to keep speeding up and getting more and more amazing as each month goes by. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
If you like this channel, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new content.